because I want to assume that we have different of work. They use Excel for some basic operations, right? We have some people that maybe their own level of Excel is, can everybody hear me? We have those that their own level of Excel proficiency might be intermediate, right? Some are actually advanced. They just came to look at us here to see what we are doing. So different kind of people like that. So, but I am assuming that all of us is our first time using Excel. So I'm going to start with everybody from the very basic. Then we move to intermediate level, then to advanced level, right? Okay. So what is Excel? What is Microsoft Excel? As the name implies, Microsoft Excel is a software, it's a spreadsheet application that was built by a company called Microsoft, right? They own it. Now, Microsoft Excel, from what you're seeing on my screen here, please, can we all see my screen very well, please? Or do I need to increase the, okay, is it very bold now?
Please increase it. Yeah, the font is so tiny.
Now. Is it okay now?
It's better, yes.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So Microsoft Excel is an electronic spreadsheet application, right? Now, have anybody among us here seen, what's it called before? A paper spreadsheet before? Anybody? A paper spreadsheet, have you seen it before? How does it look like? Anybody? A paper spreadsheet, have you seen it before? Nobody's saying anything.
No, I haven't seen it before.
I've seen it before though, where my dad works in a government establishment. You know, they are still really lacking behind in those kind of places. So the last time I was in his office though, I saw them using that, those in audits and accounts, they're using this bright paper that is very big like this. And I saw them inputting numbers. I'm like, I didn't see doing this kind of stuff at this age and time, you know. So I have seen it before. It looks very wild. It looks wild and big, and they write stuff inside it. Sometimes they used to pin it on the wall, so they can use it to track what they are doing or whatever. Sure, you get. Now that's an example of a paper spreadsheet. It's very wild, as has rows and columns and everything. But this one is on the computer. That's why it's called an electronic spreadsheet, right? Now, what does it do? It enables users to store, right? You can store information inside it. You can organize your data inside it. You can do calculations. Now you can manipulate your data using formulas. That means Excel has embedded formulas inside it, right? Using a spreadsheet system broken up by rows and columns. We still get to that. We know what row means, we know what column is. And it also provides the flexibility to use an external database to do analysis, make reports, etc. Thus saving lots of time. What that means is that Excel allows you to connect, right, to other different data sources, whether it's on the web, whether it's your database. There are different data sources that you can connect with Excel, right? So the first point is that Excel is a spreadsheet application, electronic spreadsheet, right? That's why I try to explain how a paper spreadsheet looks like so that we can get the picture of what I'm trying to say. But the fact that this is on a laptop, it's on the system, it's on a computer system, that makes it an electronic spreadsheet, right? Now, I want us all to open our Excel. Open a blank Excel, not any of the file I sent to you. Look at my screen, just open a blank workbook like this. Please let me, I want responses in the chat session. So I will see how we are actually responding and active in it. I mean, I like an active class. I like a class whereby my people around me here talk, ask me questions, if it's not clear to them. You know, when I say open something, I want to comment in I want comments in the chat section. Say done. I've opened it, and that's how we know that okay, you guys are really listening to what I'm saying, right? Thank you. Good, done. Send your responses. Thank you. Okay, now there's what is called. Let me go back to the presentation. Is what is called ribbon. Now let me explain what ribbon means. Or before I go there, there's something I was trying to. I had in mind to explaining definitions of Microsoft Excel. You see something here that says store, organize, calculate, manipulate data using formulas, right? Okay, good. Oh, thank you, Adenike. Thank you, Femi. Okay. Now, the word calculates and manipulate here, there are two different things. Now, let me explain that to you. Now, you might have a number, like you might have a column that entail numbers, right? Now, the numbers there they are numerical, right? But you might not be able to manipulate it. Now, you have a column that has employee ID, right? What does employee ID mean? Employee ID refers to a unique ID given to everybody that works in an organization. Right? Me and you can bear the same surname, the same last name, the same first name, right? But we cannot have the same employee ID. When living together in the same area, in fact, have a lot of similarities, but we can't even have the same date of birth, but we cannot have the same employee ID. So now, let's look at a scenario whereby you have such a column that has employee IDs of employees in an organization. And in that kind of scenario, you cannot, even though the employee ID is showing 101, 102, 105, you cannot make any manipulation on that kind of information, that kind of column, because even though it is in number, it is numerical, but cannot be manipulated. I don't know if that's clear to you. You can't find the average, you can't find the sum of IDs. You can't do a calculation on it, unless maybe you want to just do a count. So I'm just trying to explain the differences between this calculate and manipulate. It's not all information, all your data that appears in figures or numbers that you can do calculation on, that you can manipulate. Is it clear to us now? Is it clear to us now?
Yes, it is.
Am I the only one not hearing? Am I the only one not hearing? No, every person.
No, I think he's having network challenge.
You're not the only one. I can't hear too.
He'll be back shortly.
Okay, let's just go through it.
All right.
Oh my God. I didn't work for us, I never take class now. I didn't take class, I never take class. Right.
Okay, the class captain, can you? The class captain can continue for us, please.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
So he will join back. His network.
Okay.
Okay, Roland.
Do we still have people who are still struggling with installing Excel on their PCs? Hello.
I'm hearing you.
Do we all have Excel 2019 on our PCs?
Yes, I
Now
believe so.
2016.
So I can't hear you.
No, we don't. Well, I don't.
Okay, that's for you.
That's for me.
Okay, so I believe we are all fine. So nobody has issues.
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay.
Someone just wrote on the chat that he's still struggling. I don't know.
I think my own struggling is to just get a new laptop. So
Sorry about that, please.
I think Benga is
Yeah.
back.
So I was talking about ribbon.
okay.
Yeah, I'm back now. Sorry about the
Welcome
network issue. Yeah, thank you. Now, 2016 is okay, Philip. 2016 is okay. So a ribbon refers to the topmost area of the application that contains menu items and toolbars in Microsoft Excel, right? Ribbon can be shown or hidden using Ctrl F1. Now the ribbon runs on the top of the application and it's a replacement for the toolbars and menus. Now the ribbons have various tabs on the top and each tab has its own group of commands. Now let me show you what that means. Now this is a ribbon. See this topmost part here. Here upwards is ribbon. Now, menu items are all these file, home, inserts, page layouts, formula, data, review. All of these things are the menu items. Now, the toolbar, this is your toolbar. You can customize your toolbar the way you want it. If you want your undo to show there your this and that, you can customize your toolbar the way you want it to be, right? So a ribbon is a combination of your menu items and your toolbar. Your toolbar is here, right? So a ribbon is a combination, topmost part of the application here, where you have all your menu here and your toolbar. Is that clear to us, please? I want comments in the chat session. Clear to us? Okay.
Yes,
There's
it
also
is.
there's also what is called formula bar. If you place your cursor on this space here, right, below your ribbon, the formula bar is not part of your ribbon, it's different. Your ribbon starts from the utmost part here upwards, right? But formula bar, right? Formula bar. So your formula bar is the topmost part here, right? Now, when you type anything inside any of the cell, you'll be seeing it appear inside this formula bar here. Is that clear to us, please? Right? The formula bar is this place here. Anything you are typing here will display here, right? Okay, good. Thank you, Adiola. Another thing is that it's also what is called name box. Name box. Your name box is here. See here. See here. That's a drop down here. Your name box. Formula bar. This is your name box. This everything you have here is your ribbon. It contains your menu items and your toolbar, right? So this name box now. Now this is what they call row. From your left to your right. That is horizontal, right? Am I correct? Horizontal, right? From my left to my right here, it is what they call row, right? Up to down here like this is what is called column, right? Now, the meeting point of a row and a column is what is called cell. Now, when you click on a cell here, in your name box here, you are going to see the row and the column. Now, this is showing C2. C2 means column C, row 2. Column C, row 2. So a column C and row 2 are meeting at this junction. Is now cell C2. So a missing point of row and a column is what is called cell. C-E-double-L. Is that clear to us, please? The meeting point of the two is what is called cell. So just now, I'm clicking on this place now. It's showing L5. That means column L, row 5. That makes it cell L5. Right? So if I say go to cell 6, cell 17, cell G17, you know that you are coming somewhere around here. Is it clear now? All these things, you need to understand them so that by the time we start doing absolute referencing and relative referencing, and we get to that part now, you see how important it is to understand all these basic things. They might look like, oh, I already know these ones, I don't need to know them. We can just move to the advanced functions, but no. We'll start from the very basic, then we go to the advanced. Okay, good. Let's go back to the material. I'm still going to share this material with all of us though. Now, data format. We need to understand data format in Excel. Very important. Now, we need to understand the kind of data that Excel allows us to, operate with or work with, right? Now, Excel understands number, right? If I go to my Excel now and I type 100, I press enter, It's not giving me any error or anything. There's no error. It's not telling me I have to adjust what I wrote or something. No, Excel understands number, right? That's the type of data format. Excel. Currency. Excel understands currency. Now this number now I type 100, right? Now this is number. I can change this to currency. How do I do that? Now let's try something on our own Excel too. Just look at my screen. Now by default, when you press Control-Shift-4, Control-Shift-4, because of the system they use in the US. So by default in Excel, it will change it to currency. And you will see dollar symbol appear in front of what you typed, right? You will see dollar appear in front of what has been typed, right? So I press Control-Shift-4. See now, this is no more a number, this is now a currency. There's this difference between this 100 here that has a dollar in front of it and the 100 here that has nothing in front of it. Is that clear to us, please? So this is a number, this is number, and this is currency. So we need to understand the difference between the two, right? Okay, let's look at another data format. Data is stored as date. Yes, you can store your data as a date if you are dealing with date. So Excel recognizes date, right? For example, I want to type in 12th of April 2021, and I press enter. Oh, somebody said our own showed naira, not dollar. Okay, Miriam, well, it depends. Maybe I don't know what your setting looks like. If your system setting is Nigerian setting, then it's possible that it changes to naira. Or maybe you've worked on it before and you change it to naira or something. So Control-Shift-4, you will see the dollar sign where you have the 4 on your keyboard. You will see a dollar sign there. It's Control-Shift-4. Control-Shift-4. Is that clear, Oluwatoyin? Is that clear? Okay. Have you tried it now? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's talk about date, right? Okay, percentage, right? Percentage, Excel recognizes percentage. Let's see how that works. I type 5 and I press Shift and 5 on my keyboard, and there's a percentage symbol in front of it. Now, there's difference between this 5% here and the number I have here. Now, for example, now, if I multiply 2 times this one, it's going to give me 200. But if I multiply 2 times 5%, it's going to give me a different number, a different answer, because it recognizes this one as a percentage, because there's a percentage symbol beside it. Now, when you go to this place, now you see it's saying it's percentage. When you go here, it's in general. You can put it back in number if you want to be like that. But when you come here, you see it's showing currency. So that shows different data formats that we can operate with in Excel. Okay. Text format. Now, text, when I type a number like this, you can call it, for those that use Python, they call it string, right? If I type Benga, that's my name, for example. Now, this is a text. Excel recognizes text. There's a formula in Excel called text function. There's a function in Excel called text function itself. You're still going to go to that one too. Right? Shift plus 5. Yeah, Adiola, correct. Shift and 5 put the percentage symbol beside whatever number you are typing. Is that clear? For the currency, it is Control-Shift-4. In fact, you already see the dollar symbol beside your 4, beside the 4 on your keyboard, right? Okay, our class is getting interesting. Now, there's order of operation in Excel. Order of what? Operation. Now, just like what you have in our mathematics and statistics and co, right? It is either you call it PEMDAS or PEMDAS, right? Now, for the PEM, you see that The only difference between the two is the P and the B. No, it's not the difference. No. Okay, the arrangement is kind of different too. Yeah. So PEMDAS and PEMDAS. Now the P here stands for parentheses, like brackets, like bracket, comma, what do they call it? Your double quote, your single quote and stuff. Now brackets, right? This is what they call exponentiation now. You can do that in Excel too. For example, when you say 2 raised to the power 4, right? And it will now give you 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That kind of a thing is possible in Excel. Multiplication, right? You can multiply in Excel. You can do your division. You can do addition and subtraction. Excel understands all these order of operation, just like the way it happens in mathematics and statistics, right? Okay, and just what is called wrap text. Is what is called wrap text. Now, how do you wrap a text? Let me show you. For example, now I want to type Ade is a stubborn boy. If anybody's telling you, don't be hungry. It's just an example, right? Okay. Now I type Ade is a stubborn boy. Now you are seeing something here. What you are typing here is overlapping to the second cell, and that's not making your work look neat, right? Now, if I click here, I'm going to see the Ade is a stubborn boy. I'm going to see that Devola, no. Okay. So you are going to see Ade as a stubborn boy, like it's showing here. In your formula bar. When you click on the other, it's appearing as if it's also appearing on tapping to this other cell. Now, how do you make it look neat? When you click on the cell long, then you click on wrap text here. Now, when you wrap your text, it embeds So let's continue. Network issues again. Sorry about that. You're in Nigeria. So Excel allows you to draw charts, right? Now Excel has various kind of functions. I know that's where everybody is really, like we are all eager to just go to. Now Excel has various kind of functions. Now they all have their different purposes, different end results, and how we can use them, how we can join them together, how we can, do a lot of stuff with it. Now, example is the mathematical and the financial functions. So that we have examples like SQRT, degree function, rand, like random. Usually the logical function, we have something like if, and false true, right? Date functions, we have now date value, weekday. Now, a lot of, there's dated if, date function, a lot of date and time functions that we have in Excel. There's index and match function, there's VLOOKUP. So yeah, different kind of functions in Excel, right? Now, there's something that we used to, sometimes make a mistake of it. Now, there's difference between function and formula. Let me come again. There's difference between functions in Excel and formulas in Excel. Now, for example, now, when I say function, talk of one function now, we say index and match. Talk about VLOOKUP, Abi. Those are examples of functions embedded in Excel. But when I say formula, now a combination of different functions together to achieve a aim is now what is called formula. Is that clear now? When I mix VLOOKUP with match, I mix match with index to achieve a particular result, end result. That makes it a formula. By the time I type it inside my sheet and I make some calculations with it, that makes it a formula. But in its raw state, a function just has to do with those ones embedded in Excel itself. Is it clear to us now? What I just explained now, is it clear to us?
Yes, it is.
So that's the difference between function and formula. Okay. Now there's what is called a pivot table. A pivot table, right? A pivot table is a tool in Excel. It's not a function. Let's get it clear. It's not a function. A pivot table is that tool in Excel. Is that tool in Excel that allows us to, that allows us to perform quick summarization of our data. We'll still go there. This is just the theory part. When we start doing the practicals now, it will be clear. Now, let me come back again. Miriam is saying that it's not clear to her, right? I said function is that which is embedded in Excel. For example, you talk of VLOOKUP, you talk of match function, you talk of if function, you talk of nested, what's it called? You talk of false, true, all of those things. They are all functions embedded in Excel. When you download Excel, you can use them, right? But the state of using them is not what makes it a formula, because you are using them to achieve a particular end result. That now makes it a formula. When you combine them together with one other function to achieve an end result, that makes it a formula. Is it clear to you now, Miriam? Thank you for that. So let's move on. I was talking about pivot table. That is, now when I say summarize, it allows for quick summarization of your data. That does not mean sum as an addition. No. When we say summary does not mean sum. Summary can be you calculating distinct count. It might be you calculating average. It might be calculating. It might be you calculating. Might be you operating on, maybe you're doing subtraction or something. So it does not have to do with sum. But like I said, it allows for quick summarization. Does not mean that what I'm saying is that it allows for you to do only sum. No. So my saying says summary, summarization, it might be count, distinct count, it might be a lot of things. So that is that pivot table. Okay, I'm also going to go to if function. Let me skip some because of the time. Now, this is our first assignment. I'm going to share this material with us. And before the next class, I want somebody is drawing on my screen. I want everybody to go and practice all these shortcuts in Excel, right? There are shortcuts here. There are plenty of them. How you can move around in Excel, how you can select in Excel, how you can edit your cell, how you can format your cell. All of these things are here in this material. So I'm going to be sharing this material with you at the end of this class, right? So let's try some. Now, before I move on, let me explain something to us. Now, the difference between a workbook and a worksheet. Now, what I'm working on right now is a workbook. When you open the Excel in its states. Okay. Kende Ogundipe, very nice question. I like what you just said now. When you use it, let me put your question so everybody can see what you are saying. Now, he asked the question here. He said, hello, sir. Let me expand this. Okay, he said, hello, sir. I agree with you about your explanation on functions and formula, but sir, professionally, can I say that C4 plus H7 and this is the formula? Yes, it's a formula too in the context of what you try to achieve. You try to add all this together, right? Now, you didn't press, it's not as if you, when you wanted to enter your data or whatever, you press sum. No, you do not use sum. Also a formula, but I'm talking about this in the context of, for example, when you say sum like this now, you type is equals to sum, right? Is equals to sum. Now the sum, as it is like this here, it is a function embedded inside Excel. By the time you type your is equals to and you are trying to type sum, you will see it pop out on a blue line like this. That's a function. But by the time you use this sum to achieve the end results, that is what now makes it a formula. Is it clear, Kendi Ogundipe? Is it clear? That's what now makes it a formula. Sum is in Excel, embedded there when they built it. It's part of Excel, what's it called? Excel functions. By the time you use the sum to achieve a particular goal, to calculate one or two things, that is what now makes the formula. Is it clear to you now? Kenny said it's clear. Aha. It's a very good question. I like that question. So what you typed here, but you said C4 plus this and this is also a formula too, because it's achieving an end goal. But that's not what I mean in the way I explain it in my own context. Is it clear now, Kenny? Thank you. So let's move on. So we are going to practice some of these things. I was explaining worksheet and workbook. I said, when I open, if I save this file now, this book one, I've not named it. This is an Excel workbook, right? But if I click on this plus here, now this sheet one, sheet two, I can open as many sheets as possible. Now, that is a worksheet. That means you will have plenty worksheets inside a workbook. So sometimes we used to call workbook, but it is not, the file itself is not worksheet, it is a workbook. Is that clear to us? But you can have varieties of worksheets inside a workbook. Now, there was this question that one of my tutors asked me then. He said, what is the maximum number of worksheets that you can open in Excel? There is no maximum amount of worksheets that you can open in an Excel workbook. It will only stop you depending on your maybe is it the RAM of your system or the hard disk, I don't know. I can't really remember. But it will depend on your RAM or your hard disk, like the storage will determine how many sheets. But there is no, you can quote me if I'm wrong, there is no limit to the number of worksheets that you can open in Excel. You can go and Google it while class is going on. If you see any counter opinion, you can tell me. You can draw I noticed that. So yeah. So there are no maximum number of sheets. You can open as many sheets as possible. Depending on your system storage, how much it can contain, right? So that's the difference between a workbook and a worksheet. So now let's try out some of these. Let's see the way it works. Now you are currently on an Excel workbook. You now want to open a new workbook. What you need to do is to press Ctrl N. Let's try it. I'll press Ctrl N on my laptop. You can try it out. Ctrl N, right? And you see a new work. You see book 2. You see a new workbook pop out. And close that. Okay, let's try another thing. Now, if you want to save your workbook, use Control S, Control O, open an existing workbook, right? Control F12, open the dialog box. Let's try that. F12, you press function F12, that's on your keyboard. Oh, my own is different. My system is different. Showing another thing entirely. Let me press function first before F12. Coming. Oh, what happened is correct though. It opened the save dialog box. Yes, sorry, I didn't say that well. So when you press F12, it will pop out the save as dialog box, right? Okay. Let me try some other ones. You can try that too. You can undo your last action by pressing. You all know everybody. In fact, everybody. I know everybody knows Control Z now. That's the normal thing that everybody uses. Now, something I didn't tell you before when we talked about your ribbon, you can hide or unhide it by pressing Control F1. See now, I can't see what is under the submenus now. I can't see it again. Try it too. Control F1. Hide, unhide, hide, unhide, hide, unhide. So you can try it out too. Control F1, right? That can hide and unhide your ribbon. That's for hiding and unhiding your ribbon. So open the help pane. You can click on F1. So not to waste too much time on all of these things, just let's try to go and practice them, because we are going to be using some of the shortcuts. We are going to be using some of the shortcuts because it makes your what you're doing on your Excel to be faster. When you are good with shortcuts, it's easier for you to navigate and do some stuff. Now, if I want to navigate from one page to another, I will just press Control and page down. And page down. Oh, my own laptop does not have page down. I think it has. I'm coming. I'm coming. Just try it on a laptop too. The system is kind of different. I'm coming. I'm coming. Interswitching between different workbooks. I'm coming. Adelaja iPhone, I can see you on my screen. I'm coming. Okay, it's Alt. Yeah. Let's go back there. Press Alt. I don't know why it's not working on my laptop. Can you try it out, everybody? Alt, page down, page up. Should move around the different sheets. That's done. Control and arrow keys. Okay. Somebody said, okay. Problem. Let's move on. So let's try out some of these, right? Let's try out some of these stuffs at home, like when we are free. But let's try and do it before the next class, so that we can move on time. So this is the material. I'm going to be sharing them with you, Joseph, after today's class. Now let's try some basic stuffs. Now let's open some of the files that I sent to you guys. I think there are different ways to it. Somebody is saying Control page up, page down, but it's not working on my own laptop. I don't know why it's not working on my own laptop. I've tried to see it's not working. I've tried it. But no problem. Since you've gotten it, it's working for you, no problem. Okay, you can close. Let me close this now. Let me close this and open some of those files I sent to you guys. You can't say it's working. Oh, that's good. That's good. Maybe it depends on the system configuration. I don't know why some are not working too, though. I can't say. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, now let's do some basic stuffs. Now let's start with upper, lower, upper, proper, and lower function in Excel. Open the file named upper, lower, data cleaning with proper, lower, and upper function. Let's open that file. Let's open that file in 1 minute. Let's open that file in 1 minute. Let's open that file. Seems Kennedy is very active in this class. That's good. We need to actually have a class repo, but we'll still get to that. Let me know if yours is open. Okay, I can see Victor Akimbami here. Welcome. Okay. I can see MEC. Welcome. Okay. Opened. Now let's try some basic stuff. Now, here, right? Oh, thank you everybody for opening it. Yeah, thank you for. Yeah, now let's try. Let's start. Now, lower, upper, and proper function. Now, lower changes whatever you have in your original data to small letters. Upper changes what you have in your original data to capital letters all through. And proper changes only the first alphabet, right? The first alphabet to capital, while others are in small letters, right? Okay. Let's see that. Let's try it out. Now, before you input any formula in Excel, let's take note that it's very important for your is equals to formula to come out first before any other thing. Because if you don't put it there, it won't recognize what you are typing as a formula. Is that clear to us now? Now let's see how it works, right? Now go to your cell B4, where I have my cursor. Go there also. Where I have my cursor, go there, right? Now type is equals to first. Back on first. You are equating what you are about to do to this particular cell here. You are referencing this cell. So for that reason, you have to put your is equals to first. Very important before you input any function or formula that you are inputting. Right? Now is equals to, you are using what is called a lower function, right? Lower is L-O-W-E-R. Now by the time you type low or something, you will see a blue line like this. Now you're seeing FX in front of it. That implies that what you are typing is a function embedded in Excel. So now there are two ways to bring this function inside yourself. Is that you press tab. Tab means Excel auto-complete for me what I'm about typing. Now what I'm typing, I've seen it here already popping out. So if I type low now or LO, there's a lot of LOs, a lot of functions that start with LO, like L and O, right? But I am looking for lower. Now, I can choose to come here and double click on the lower here. Or after putting my cursor on it, just press tab on my keyboard. I'll just press tab on my keyboard. So if I press tab, I only typed L and O here. So when I press tab, automatically it auto completes what I'm about typing because I've already placed my cursor on that function that I'm looking for. But if I don't want to do that, right, I can type my lower by myself like normal and come here and double click on the function that is popping out. Is it clear to us, please? So there are two ways to it. Is that you type half of what you want to type, and press tab to auto complete it for you. Please, can you mute yourself? Please, I'm here no showed you or something. Right? Okay, good. So is either you press tab to auto complete what you're typing, but it will not auto complete automatically if you don't put, for example, now I press L and I press tab. It will bring out only log because log is the first, the blue is highlighting on log. But if I click on low and I press tab, that's when it's now to complete the lower for me. Not just press L and press tab and expect that lower will come out. No, because the blue line is not highlighting on the lower, it's highlighting on log. So for that reason, it won't auto-complete automatically like that. Is that clear? Oh, thank God everybody's clear. So you press lower and you come here, you click on your A4. You want to change this as a small letters all through. Click on A4, you close your brackets. Is that clear now? Is equals to lower, open brackets, click on the first name here and close your brackets. It's telling you cell A4. This is A4 here. Now, there are two ways to it. You can choose not to click on this A4 here and type the A4 yourself, especially if you're working on a table. Well, there's what they call table and range. I'm still going to take all that. So now you're working the table and you click on A4. You might see something that is very, very long. It might not really make sense to you. And you might be like, what's this? Get. But when you type A4, it references that A4 cell, right? And you close your brackets and press enter. Now, your misses in the India that you're seeing here, you see that the misses here is small letter, this one is capital, and the H here is capital, and it's not really right. So now, data cleaning is the most important job of a data analyst. Data cleaning is the most important job of a data analyst, right? Now, it's always said that you will spend 80% of your time cleaning data. Now, you already have the skill. I'm telling you. What you are seeing here now, see now, it looks very clean and it looks like, oh, it's just one column. But in the real world, it is rubbish that you will get from your database most times. By the time you connect your source, you do what they call ETL framework. That's extract, transform, and load. It's very important skill that a data analyst must have. It's what is called extraction, transformation, and loading. Those three are very important. Your data is not always clean in the real world. I remember last time I was working on a report to submit to my boss. Before I could submit that report to her, it was almost like to 1 in the midnight because the data is just so dirty. You know, I have to take it to Power Query to do some cleanings, change some numbers to text and do all this blah blah blah. Before those things can work. If I just time I did a VLOOKUP, it didn't work, and I have what is there is actually very correct. I have to copy and paste it back as values somewhere else before it could work. So those are some of the challenges that you face as a data analyst. But all those challenges make you better and stronger. It makes you know more. So that by the time you meet those things, maybe you meet that kind of challenge again, you know how to just go about it. Sure, you understand. So that's it. Dami, just calm down. You will still drag. For the sake of those. Now, Dami, they don't even drag. I'll teach you a better method that I can use. We don't drag again. That's an old method. Right? We don't drag. Now, when you've gotten your answer, instead of dragging like this to get other answers, no, nobody does that. No. How do you go about it? What you would do is that there's this green box. It's very small. See it here? Very small. I used to call it small daddy. It might look funny though, but that's what I tell everybody. I used to call this green box small daddy because he does a lot of magic, right? That's why I call it small daddy. So on this green box here, by the time you take your cursor, right, over that green box, now, by the time you click on it, double click on it, then you will see all your other answers appearing. So it doesn't matter whether you have 1,000,000 rows. Excel will give you your results in less than 3 seconds. Is that clear to us now? I got my first answer. And instead of dragging like this, it doesn't make sense. I came to the first one and I double clicked on the green box. That's the small daddy. And you see all other answers pop out. Is that clear to us now? So that is that about that. So now let's try the upper function too. We are still going to reference this A column from what you've learned in the lower. Now, let's try it, everybody. Oh yeah, let's try the upper now. Is equals to upper, right? Is equals to upper, right? Is equals to upper. I click on my A4. That's the cell I'm referencing, and I close my bracket. I type upper. Miriam, done. Well done. Nice one. So I click on upper, I reference this place, and I press enter. And I'm seeing the Mrs. Zini Indi appear in capital all through. Can come to my small daddy here again, and I double click, and I see all my answers in split seconds, right? Now, proper. Anybody? Proper? Victor, good one. Shamaka, done. Nice one. Thank you for being active here. So Ken done. Ken is very active, man. Right? So equals to proper. I can choose to click on A4 here or type A4 myself to see reference that cell. I close brackets and I press enter, then I see my answer. Now you're seeing only the first alphabets appearing as capital, others are small. Double click on the small daddy, then you see your answers. Interesting, right? Interesting. So that is that about upper, proper, and lower function. Is it clear, please? Anybody? Anybody? Is it not clear to us? If it's not clear, please let me know. That's why I'm here for you, so that you can know it. Somebody even said extremely clear. That's good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Peace. Thank you, Bello. Okay. Now let's move to Lalikon. Thank you. Victor, thank you. I'm not seeing Yemisi. She's not active here. Okay. Okay, Toby, thank you. The Money Crew. Ah, that name is big. Oh. The Money Crew, come and give us money. Oh. The Money Crew, Motsunrayo. Okay.
Thank God we cannot find the cleaner here. Continue writing.
Okay, so Adelaja, Olufemi, thank you, Claire. Now, something I want to show you guys. Somebody said Small Daddy even does magic. Yeah, I know I said that already. That Small Daddy does magic. Yes, it does magic. Okay.
Khalid, come up. Khalid, I want to start. Let me be going.
Sorry, can you mute yourself, please? We can hear what you're saying. Kira, thank you. Yeah, God bless. So now you've understood what is proper, lower, and proper, lower, and upper function. You understand what it does? What it does now, right? Okay, so now let me teach you what is called flash fill. Flash fill. Kira, you're there. Yeah, thank you for muting yourself. Now you come here and type flash fill. Now, flash fill is not a formula, but it does magic. It does magic. We'll see how it works. We're going to see how it works now. So, how does it work? Now, I want to show a particular trend, right? And I want Excel to understand that trend. Now, what do I do for you to understand the trend? Now, let me show you how it works. Now, look at this, for example, now. This is in ED. Now, I want flash fill to only give me the first name that appears on the full name. Now, hear me clearly. I want Excel to give me only the first name that appears on the full name. Now, here, what's appearing here is Mrs. What's appearing here is Abel. What's appearing here is Donald, Muller, Lane, Smith, True, Barton, Miller, Mandarin. I don't know how they got it later. All the those names are just funny names here. But no problem, Sha. Let's try something now. For it to work, what do we do? What do we do? Now, you're not pressing any is equals to, you're not pressing any function or anything. All you need to just do is to type the first one, Mrs. Type the first one. The first one says Mrs., right? That's what is appearing here, right? Click on the first one and press Ctrl E. And see the magic. It's showing only the first name on the full name. If that is not correct on your own laptop, please, no system, please tell me. Please tell me. I'm here waiting for you. Is it clear, please? Just Ctrl E. Victor, I can see your response. Miriam, Kendi, Money Crew, Motorayo, who is there again? I can't see your responses. Is Pelumi here? I can't see okay, I'm seeing responses now. Pelumi is here, nice one. I'm seeing my guys. Motorayo. Somebody said it's not clear. Okay, let me go back again. You see the magic now. Now this is it. Let me do it again. And let me delete. Now, you want this to only show you the first name, right? That appears in the full name. The first name that appears in the full name. Now, if you look at the first name here, you are seeing Mrs. in the Hindi, but the first name that appears there is this Mrs. here. Now, you want Excel to show you that same trend of giving you your results of the first name that appears in the full name. Now, how am I going to do that? I'm going to type the Mrs. that appears here, right? And I want Excel to now return for me every first name you see appearing on that first name. So all I just need to do is just to press Control, click on the first name that you've typed there and press Control E. And you will see all the first name in that column. That's the magic. Is it magic? Is it cool? Somebody is saying why the mixture of cases is because I'm using this, I'm referencing this particular one here. So it's picking it from the full name here. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, it's clear.
Thank you. Are we enjoying the class?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Thank you. Sorry, somebody saying something?
Yes, we are.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so that is how flash fill works. Okay, but in some instances.
Sorry, it's not really clear. Sorry.
Hello? Sorry, Mr. Gbenga. What if we have in the full name, we have Mr. and Mrs. mixed together in the full name? How do we do the flash fill?
We have Mr. and Mrs. Let me type what you're saying here. Give me an example. Let me open a new sheet.
Like that Donald Trump.
Give me a name. Give me a name. Give me a name, sir.
Donald Trump. Mr. Donald Trump.
Okay, Mr. I'm coming. Let's try it. Mr. Donald Trump. Abby.
The next one,
now,
Mrs.
Another one is Mrs. Abby.
Yes,
Mrs.
like
Shegun,
that.
Shegun Ogungbe.
Yes.
That name is funny, Sha. No. Okay. Now, I don't want to return Donald and Shegun instead of Mr. and Mrs. in front.
Then I have one without Mr. or Mrs. in front, just the name.
And I have one without Mr. and Mrs. in front.
Yes.
Okay, let's try that out now. What should I use? Let me use Pelumi or Montiba, right? I use Pelumi Omotiba. Okay. Now, I want to only give me Donald, Shegun, and Pelumi. Abi. Let's see if it works. Now type Donald, type Donald. I click on it and I press Ctrl E.
Dash.
What happens? What happens? Now you are saying that the Donald is correct, right? But the Shegun and the Pelumi is somehow.
It's not correct.
So what do I do?
Donald is not correct.
I think you
Now,
missed a mistake with the spelling of Donald.
Let's try this out.
I think the spelling of Donald from A1 is different from B1.
It's different.
Yes.
Sorry, I typed row B.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Jerry. Donald, yes. Now, thank you for that question. You take us somewhere. Now I press Ctrl E.
Dash.
You are saying Shegun, you are saying Pelumi. Is that correct now?
Yes.
Is that correct now?
Yes, it's fine. It's fine.
You see that now? This is magic, Abby. So all I need to do is type the middle name, the name in the middle, Donald, Shegun, and you still give me Pelumi, even though Pelumi does not have any Mr. or Mrs. in front of it. See, Excel is very, very powerful, sincerely.
Can we do the last name also, like Trump or the Omitiba and Ogungbe too?
It's not Omitiba, that is in this class.
Omotiba.
So don't spoil his name.
Sorry, apologies.
No. So what do you say we should do? That we should do what?
Just type
can we do
now.
the last name?
The last name, Trump.
I don't understand what you are saying. Last name like how?
Like
the
Trump.
Last name,
Trump.
Ogungbe and Omitiba.
Okay, you mean last name, Abi? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Now, this is just it. You type Trump, right? You type Trump, and you press Ctrl E. What are you seeing? Ogungbe and Omotiba. Pelumi, are you there? Let me hear your voice. Oh. Your Omotiba is here. Say hi to us. Oh. Your voice keeping quiet, me. Okay. No problem. You are not saying hi to us, no problem. Oh.
Can you hear me, please, sir?
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Yeah. So is it possible to get the surname for the first line, for the first cell, then initial name for the second?
Please, sir, can you come again? I can hardly hear. Your voice is breaking.
What I'm asking is that, is it possible to get the surname for the first cell, then the first name for the second cell, or something?
And you get, no, we can't do that in this context with this flash fill.
Okay, all right. Right on, sir.
You can't get that. You want to get first name here, second name here. No, it doesn't work like that.
All right.
It doesn't, but for this flash fill, it doesn't work like that. Sure you get. Okay. I'm coming. Now, there's another way we can do it. So let me show you that one. Let me go back to this one here. If, for example, as you typed, I'm coming, let me delete from Abel here. Delete, go back up. So now I type Mrs. right here. Yeah, Abby. Now, and I want to follow that trend without me pressing Ctrl E.
Yes, please.
Let's assuming that I'm doing up to only this Davidson Karen. The Mrs. here will repeat itself by default. Because see these autofill options here. Because what you are seeing is on copy cells. So when you drag down, right, it's going to repeat that same thing for all of what you've dragged down. But when you now click on flash fill, it's going to give you only the first name that appears on that particular column.
Okay.
So if I'm rubbing my screen, why now? I'm not sure. Why are you rubbing my see yellow on my screen? Okay. let's continue. Are we all getting in now? Is it clear? Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, it's clear.
You can close it or save it. So you want to reference it again or something. You can close it, you can save it. Now let's move to another interesting stuff. Another interesting stuff. Now open the file named Find and Replace. Find and replace. You can find and replace. You can find in Excel. I can also find and replace. You can also find. You can also find and replace. So how do we find? For example, this is a lot of data, right? You know, most times when I'm explaining, I always like using employee data because there's a lot of there's a lot of metrics and tracking you can do on employee data. So we should have most of my data that I sent to you is majorly employee data. By the time we start doing Power BI itself, when we start doing data modeling and stuff, I'm going to be using an HR data. Okay, let's start. Now I have how many names here? Let's assume that I have 1 million lists. I'm working in Amazon or I'm working for Microsoft. And it's a global company that has a lot of employees in different countries. Now, I'm opportune to have a database or have extracted data of everybody in that company on my Excel sheet. Now, I want to find a particular boss, right? But what I just have is that I know that his name is Smith, right? Now, at the point of onboarding him as a new employee, we noticed that we made a mistake in his name. Now, I want to go to the file and change it. That's where find and replace comes in here. Now, how does it work? Now, I want to find, you can just find everything you want to find inside all your data or in a particular column. Now, if it's all your data, you click on Control A to highlight all your data first, or you highlight only the column that you want to find, right? For example, I can say in this column, find everybody with the name Rob, or with the name Linda, or with the name Alex, right? So to bring out Control Find, I use Control F. I press Control F on my keyboard. I press Control and F on my keyboard. You see the Find and Replace pop out, right? Find and Replace box pop out on your screen. Now, when it pops out on your screen, what do you want to do? I want to find anything anywhere that the name Alex appears. I'm going to type in the Alex inside my find here, right? And click on Find All. Now, wait, so before you press Find All, wait, so please wait. Now, just Find All and just Find Next, right? When you click on Find All, it means in all of the columns that I've highlighted, find where that, tell me where the Alex appears. So, but if it's Find Next, it only show you the first Alex in the column. So it's always good to actually understand very well how the two works. So Find All finds everywhere where the Alex appears, and the Find Next will only find for you the first Alex in your column. So let's try it out now. Find Next. I'm seeing only the first Alex appearing here. It's highlighted it as white, right? But if I say Find All, you're still telling me that I have only one Alex, so it's highlighting here. Now let's try another name. Now let's try Janet. So it's not case sensitive though. You see that the Alex I typed was a small letter, and the Alex I highlighted here is in cap. So it's not case sensitive. Doesn't matter whether the Alex you are typing here is small letter and the one here is in capital. It will still give you your results. So let's type Jeanette and look at find her. We only have one Jeanette there. Now let's look for what's the other name? Smith, and click on find her. I'm only seeing one. What other name can I use? I know that they have plenty of that same coming. Okay, let me try Bush. Try Bush, right? And click on find her. Okay, so it seems most of these names they are not repeated. I think there's any name that appears more than one. If you see any, please let me know. You see any, let me know. Let's try Lynn. I'm going somewhere. Oh, good. Nice one. Now I typed Lynn now, and I saw that I have a lot of Lynn in this place. The first one is on A6. Second one is on what's it called? A19. But the Lynn in the A19 is Linda. The name of the file is find and replace. Find and replace. You don't have it, Joyce. You don't have the file. How come now? Victor, do you have the file? Kennedy, do you have the file? Everybody else, hey, you have the file now. Everything was sent last night. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So I'm seeing a lot of Lynn, right? Telling me the cell number they are. So when I click on it, I'm going to see now. This one is Franklin. This one is Clinton. So there's a LIN inside the name. This one is Copalinda, right? This one is Lynn Michael, right? So I can say that, okay, for anywhere you see Lynn appear, replace it as Linda. So it will replace all the Lynn that appears in that column as Linda. Now, let us use Lynn because some of the Lynns that are there coming. Sorry for the break, Jerry. So, as I was saying, let's replace Smith. Smith, find all the Smiths, right? Now, when you now want to do replace, you go to replace here. Find all the anywhere you see Smith, replace all the Smiths with Jason. Anywhere you see Smith, right? Replace all the Smith with Jason, and you click on replace. Now, this is just like find and find next. When you click on replace, it will only replace the first Smiths on the list. But when you say replace all, it will replace all the Smiths that is inside the column to Jason. So click on replace all. You see all done. We've made one. Is that clear to you now? We've made one. So you see that what the Smith that was here before has now changed to Jason. Is that clear now? Okay, our time is fast spent. I was not even done half of what we planned for today. Okay, now let's go to freezing panes. Open the file I named freezing panes. Freezing panes, right? Freezing panes. Open the file named freezing panes. Have we opened the file?
Yes,
Please, I want
ma'am.
your comments.
Yes.
Okay, I'm coming. Everybody has
open.
opened it. Okay,
Yes.
good. Now, please reason pain here. I realize that it's good to know how to use it, especially when you are working with a very large data set and you need to move around your data and you don't want to lose track of anything, right? Then how do you go about it? How do you go about it? How you go about it is that you freeze your pain. Now, when you say freeze pain can be you freezing your first row, right? It might be you freezing your first column. In fact, you might even freeze any of the row or the column, depending on what you want to achieve and how you want to go about it. There's no one way to a particular solution. There are different ways to it. So depending on what you want to do, will determine how you are going to go about it and your best way of doing it and your own chosen method of doing it, right? So this is it now. As I'm scrolling now, I've lost track of the heading, which is employee ID, employee name, gender, and all of these things there. I lost track of it as I'm scrolling down, right? But if I want the heading to be standby, like standby there, and I only want other stuff to be showing as I'm scrolling down, right? How do I go about it? Here comes the solution. Highlight first, very important to, please, highlight first. Highlight the row you want to freeze. After highlighting where you want to freeze, under your Femi, well done. I can see you. Okay. Let's continue. So the network is the network, sorry. Now this is it. I highlighted the first column, the first row rather, and I went to view, freeze pane, and I clicked on freeze top row. Freeze top row. And I click on it. And let's see the magic now. I'm scrolling down and my heading is stagnant, like it's just static there. It's not moving with the other data. Have you seen it now? So that you won't lose track of your what you are viewing on your data. When the heading is freezed there. Is it clear? Is it clear, please? Okay, let's take a 5-minute break. Right? Yeah, somebody's talking. I'm here. Let's go on a 5-minute break and we come back. 5 minutes is too much, 4 minutes. Let's stretch our body, stretch your body, walk and come back. Then I'll continue from where I stopped from. Don't worry, Ajilaja. After the break, we'll continue. Thank you. Just stay connected. Thank you. 2 minutes to go. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Let's continue. Let's continue the class. Okay, the break was cool, Abby. You stretched your body now. Okay, that's good.
What's happening? I can't hear anything. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. I think it's from their end. We're not hearing from
Can hear you.
All right.
Okay, well, let's continue the class. So, thank you for going on break. So let me undo my last action and do it again so that it reflects those that is not. Okay. Now we said that we don't want you to lose track of your data right? Most times when you are scrolling like this, you see that you will see that
The
you can't see your
headings.
heading again, right?
Yeah.
So now we want your heading to be there, like just stay there and let me move around other stops in my data. So what do I do, right? What do I do? What I will do is to freeze my row, my first row. To freeze my first row, which also means I'm freezing a pane. Your row is a pane, whether it's a row or a column, it's a pane. You highlight like this, right? You highlight like this, and you go to view in your menu items. You go to view in your menu items. You will see freeze pane, freeze panes. Now on the freeze panes, there is a drop down tool there. There's a drop down symbol, right? So you drop down and you say freeze top row, freeze top row, right? You say freeze top row. We still have a lot to go. We still have a lot to do. Let's be fast. So you click freeze top row, right? And you see the magic. And you freeze it and you scroll down, you see that your row is there, and you can scroll up other stuffs that you want to scroll on your data. Is that clear? Any other person? Is it clear? Okay, done, clear, done, clear. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Modupe. Thank you, Omolola. Thank you, Dami, thank you. It is clear. So now you can also unfreeze. You know we freeze at first, right? We can also unfreeze. So how do we unfreeze? You highlight the same way you freeze it, you highlight. You go to the freeze pane again, and you click on unfreeze panes. Unfreeze panes. You unfreeze. You scroll down again, then your pane has unfreezed. Is that clear? Okay. I can choose to freeze my first column. So what do? I highlighted my first column, just the same way I highlighted my first row. I highlighted my first column, right? After highlighting my first column, then what I will do is that I'll go to my freeze pane again. Now this time around, I'm clicking on freeze. Let me speak bad English. I will click on freeze first column. Freeze first column. You click on freeze first column, right? Then you scroll to your right. Then you see that it has freezed your first column. See it now? Like it's entering inside it. Now, it's good to understand this thing. You know why? I have seen situations whereby I was given a data and I noticed that, let me show you something now. Now, see here, I'm seeing A and G. This means that yes, B to D somewhere or E somewhere. At least I'm not seeing it. So how will I see it? Is if I unfreeze everything that has been freezed, I will see what is embedded in the whole data clearly. So it's always good. Sometimes when you collect the data from somewhere, somebody sends the data to you to work on, and if you are not careful, you would think that maybe some things data is all right, that's all you need to work with, right? But if you unfreeze it, it will bring out everything, even the ones that are not showing well, the ones that are hidden because you've refreezed and stuff like that. So it's very important to understand how to freeze and unfreeze. Is it clear, please? If it's not clear, that's why I'm here for you, so that it will be clear. My job is to make it clear.
I have a question.
Okay, ma, I'm here.
If you want to freeze that employee's name, like if you don't want to, not the ID.
Oh my God, please, what's your name?
Chiamaka.
Tamaka, well done. I like that question. I intentionally left that part. But you asked. That means you are following. Nice one. So this is it, Chiamaka. I want to freeze the employee name, Abi, not first name, not first row, not first column, Abi. God bless you. This is how to go about it. I will highlight. Right? I will highlight. I think I'm going to highlight the next column to it. Yes, that's how it works. Now I want to freeze this, right? Abi, Chiamaka.
Yes.
I want to freeze employee name, Abi, but I will highlight gender. And go to my freeze panes. You know, this one is not first column, or this one is not first column or first. Sorry, let me unfreeze the column first. Let me unfreeze. Okay, good. Now, this one is not first row or first column. So I'll go to freeze pane and click on, I'll not click on freeze top row or freeze first column, I'll click on freeze panes. Is it clear, Chiamaka?
Yes, yes.
I will click on freeze. Now let's see if it works. And I'll try to move to the, what are you saying? Employee name has been freezed.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Don't forget that I highlighted gender before I went to freeze. I did not highlight employee name.
Thank you.
So when you want to freeze a column like this, you highlight on the column beside it to your right. Is it clear, Chiamaka?
Yes, it is. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that question too. So is it clear to everybody now? Hello, everyone. Is it clear? I want to freeze.
No, it's not very clear, sir. Please come again.
It's not very clear.
It's
okay,
clear.
Let me come again.
Okay.
That's my work now. I'll make it clear. Okay. Now, who said it's not clear? I heard the male voice now. What's your name, sir? You told me what you have any my son name? Are you serious?
Yes, yes.
Don't worry, I'll see you in camera. I'll see you in camera.
He's stubborn, Abi.
Abi?
You said?
I said, you are in Nigeria now?
Yeah, of course.
I thought you are from Ghana or something.
He's the stubborn, Abi.
He's stubborn, Adi. Okay, no problem. Now, this is it, Adi. I want to freeze employee name. But I'm not going to highlight employee name. I will highlight the column that's next to the column I want to freeze. Is it clear, Adi?
Yeah,
my motive is to freeze employee name. But normally, you know, when I wanted to freeze first column and first row, I highlighted them like this, Abi.
Yes.
But now this is a different scenario. I want to freeze this one, but I will not highlight on this one to freeze it. I will highlight on the next column to it. Before
Hello? Join. Hello? I can't hear.
Hello? Ade?
I can hear you now.
So is it clear now?
It was hanging a little bit. It was hanging. I missed that part.
Okay. I'm coming for the last time.
I got it to the point that you highlighted the other column. Just
I want to freeze the employee name, but I will not highlight employee name. I will highlight gender. I go to freeze pane. You know, it's not top row and it's not first column. So I'm highlighting this freeze pane here. I'm clicking on this freeze panes here.
Okay.
And you see the magic now. Is it clear now, Ade?
Oh. Yes.
I want to freeze this, but I will highlight this. Instead of highlighting this, I will highlight the next column to the right. Is it clear now?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. I have a question.
Okay, Mr. Francis, I'm here.
Yeah. This same process works for column also, right?
No, why would you deny it's column?
Okay, for rows. I'm talking about rows.
I've not done that before, but let's try it out. Let's try it out. I'm not tried that before, though.
Okay, then secondly, can we do multiple columns or multiple rows or just singular?
You can do multiple columns. Oh.
Okay.
I've not done. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's freeze gender and freeze this. I don't know if it's possible. But everything is just about trying it. Oh yeah. I want to freeze gender, Abby. Let me highlight start dates and freeze Spain. Let me see if it works. Gender has been freezed. Let me come and freeze salary 1, proposal 1. I'll come here again. No, it can't work like that. See now, it's not giving me any option to freeze 2 columns. So is that clear now, Francis? Hello?
Yeah, so I didn't really get it. Well, network went off, so I didn't really get what you said.
I tried freezing 2 columns, but it didn't work.
Okay. So
I have to unfreeze 1 first, right?
Okay.
Aha. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So I said, what if we select both? I'm loving this class. So everybody just asking questions. That's what I like. Okay. Let me unfreeze gender. And let me now try to highlight 2 together. I want to freeze gender and freeze salary proposal 1. Let's see if it works. Freeze Spain. Okay, let's see. It's only freezing the rightmost column. Is that clear? Is that clear? It's only freezing the rightmost. Okay. So is it clear now? Thank you. Another topic again that we want to treat today. Another topic. Entering data with autofill, very important. But we've done part of it though. We've done flash fill now, right? So I can close this one. Just open a fresh Excel file. And let's do autofill. Autofill. Yes, dummy. To freeze a column, we have to select a column after. That's the way it works. Right? Okay. But yeah, I'm coming. I'm looking at the topics that I have for today. So entering data with autofill. So we'll do before we close the class. Adding comments. How you can split your screen horizontally and vertically. How you can protect your workbook and your worksheet. We've done proper. Now we need to do trim and concatenate and also sum and average function before we leave for today. Let's try to be fast. Our time is fast spent. Okay, in case you don't have any of the data, there's someone here that is going to send it to you. Just private chat, Twicher training on the chat box. Private chat, Twicher training on the chat box.
The materials have been dropped on the WhatsApp group. They dropped all the material on the WhatsApp.
Well, I don't know why some people don't say have it yet. I don't know. But let's just forget that. Let's just assume that some don't have it. So you can private chat, Twicher training on the chat box. For Zoom or on this Zoom. Okay. Thank you. And those on Slack. Okay. Autofill, very easy, not something hard, right? I always try to explain something in a very simple way that everybody will understand. Because I've noticed that from experience, some trainers, they just type formulas, and they can't even explain in a simple way that the person that is in it can understand. Because one thing that used to make me do like that is because I've once been in that shoes whereby I was a complete novice. Like all I knew in Excel was just to type it, just knew he was typing stuff inside the cells. Like I knew nothing about Excel. I never knew that Excel was this advanced. I never knew anything until I started, you know. So that's why I always try to possible to explain. So it's not clear to you. You are taking 2 or 3 hours of your time to come and learn something. So please, let's put our mind in it very well. If it's not clear, I will go back, right? If I can't go back because of our time, you can private chat me after the class. I will answer you if I'm free. There's no big deal. We are all learning. I'm still a learner too. I don't know everything. And that's the way it works, right? Thank you. Okay, so please let's fill the form below. There's a form being shared in the chat box. Let's fill that form. So let's start. Now, I want you to fill something. I want to autofill, for example, days, for example, say days. Now, you know, we don't flash pre already now. See how it works. This one is different now. Now, I want to type, I type in Sunday. I type in Sunday, right? And I want you to show me days of the week. Instead of typing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, don't need to do that. All you need to do is to come to the Sunday here and drag it down until you get to the Saturday. When you come here and drag down, it's going to give you till Saturday. Now, this is not flash fill. This one is fill series. If it's on copy cells, it's going to give me Sundays. All true, same thing. But if it's on fill series, it's going to take it sequentially, right? So I click on fill series, I see Sunday to Saturday. I like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. You see now, this is copy series type of auto-filling, right? Copy series type of auto-filling. Start clear to us, please. Okay, another one. Assuming you want to type the dates. For example, now 1/1/2021, you press enter, and you want to autofill it instead of you typing 2/1/21, 3/1/21, 4/1/21. So sure your background noise, so please unmute yourself. Mute yourself rather. So instead of typing 5/1/21, 6/1, no need to change that. What you need to do is just come to the small daddy and drag it down to where you want to stop. And you are going to be seeing 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, up till where you want it to stop. Instead of typing it one by one, Excel will auto fill for you. So that's why very important, right, is that your stuff, this one is not even showing the auto fill stuff. But it's fine, Sha. But just make sure that your stuff is on fill series, right? Another one, you type 1 and you want up to 20. Don't need to be typing 1, 2, 3. No. You don't do that. All you need to do is just type 1, right? And drag down. Now you will see 1 because it's on copy cells. It's repeating it, right? But you put it on fill series. It's going to do what? It's going to take it sequentially, like 1 to 15. Is that clear, please? Jenny, maybe you're going to watch the video or something. But don't worry, from the video, it should be crystal clear to you by the time you watch it, right? Okay, please, both background voices should go. Thank you. Now let's do this beautiful stuff. Still on the same file. Now, there's a way you can split your screen in Excel. There's a way you can do what? Split your screen such that the same data set will appear in 2 different screens. The same data set, right, will appear in two different screens. But you can choose where you want the screen to split. Let me come again. You can choose where you want. Please, the attendance form should be put on the WhatsApp group so that everybody can, they might not really get a track of where the link was posted. So I advise that it is on WhatsApp group. Coordinator, please. On the WhatsApp group is better than this chat box here.
Sorry,
okay.
Sir. If it's posted on the WhatsApp group,
so that for those that do not attend, yeah, I get that part. Yeah. I get that part. Okay, it's fine here. It's fine here. It's fine here. It's fine. It will allow us to know. Please, the rule of this class is that if you mix one or two classes, you might not be available. You might not be allowed in the next class. So attendance is for only serious-minded people. Very important. Please just keep that in mind. Thank you. Now I said splitting screens. Now you can choose where the exact point where you want to split your screen. So how do you go about that? For example, now I want to split my screen at row 10. So I'm going to highlight row 10 and go to view on my menu items, and you see split. You will see split, right? So you click on split here, and what you will see is a line here. Your screen has been splitted into two. But the good thing about this thing is that the same data sets, it's not as if it's splitting it to like half. No, same data sets. You can scroll, see up and down. The same data set is appearing on both screens. Now, some of you might say, this thing does not make sense to me. Yes, I will show you why sometimes it makes sense. It makes sense because sometimes you might want to show your boss different information in the same screen. And the information one is up, the other information is down. So you split into two such that you will showcase the other information down here and the first information up. Does it make sense to us at all? I want your comment.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Please, can you repeat the split cells again?
Okay, I will repeat it, ma. Thank you. I'll come back again. Now, is it on split or what? You see the line here, you see this black cross, you double click on it. Who is going to laugh? Okay, we're laughing there. So you double click on it and your splitting will disappear. Okay, so for those that ask that is not clear, let me come again. You might find yourself in a situation whereby you need to split your screen. Why? Because you have two different information in the same data, and you want to present this to somebody. I don't want to keep scrolling and scrolling up first and coming down, scrolling up, coming down. No, don't split your screen. But when you split screens, the same information is embedded inside the two screens. It's just that it's like duplicating screens. Declare to us, please. It's like you are duplicating what? Screens. Now, what do? The good thing is that in Excel, you can choose exact point where you want to split your screen. So how do I do that? I'm going to highlight, right? I'm going to highlight where. Now, where you are highlighting does not mean that maybe it is actually splitting your information. No, it's not. Same info appearing on two different screens. Let me come again for the last time. Same info appearing on two different screens, right? I highlight this now. I highlight and I click on split. Now you see a line here. So when I'm in this one, I can scroll up and down in this one. And I'm the second one too. I can scroll up and down in the second one. Information in the two are the same. 15, 15. Sunday, Sunday. Row 16, row 16. Is it clear, please?
Yes,
This can be done for rows, yes. Any other question?
It's not clear. I can't seem to understand.
Oh, okay. Let me explain for the last time. For the last time, right? I said you can find yourself in a situation that's inside the same data set. Sorry, inside the same data set, right? You want to display two different information, but one is up, the other one is down the data, like the last rows of the data. And you now want to display them in two different screens. Now, splitting screens does not mean you are splitting the data into two. It means you are only duplicating your screen. As your screen is now, this is screen one. You want to now duplicate the screen. You highlight the exact point where you want to duplicate. And you go to your view in your menu items, and you click on split. Simple. And you see your screen one, screen two. See the line separating them, screen one, screen two. In your screen one, you can highlight, you can scroll down, up and down. In the screen two also, you can scroll up and down. The same information inside the two. It's just like you're duplicating screens. Is it clear now for the last time? Adiola, is it clear now? Okay, now, very clear. Okay, good. So that's doubt about. Hello?
A question, sir. A question, sir.
Okay, sir.
So when you want to exit the split, you say you double click on that line and you exit.
Aha, good question. So you see the line here now. When you know my cursor is white, Abi, Francis.
Yes, yes, it is.
Then you now go there, it will change to a black cross.
Okay, okay.
Two double lines, like showing double lines like this.
Okay.
You now double click on it, and the split screen will disappear.
Okay, okay. All right.
Is it clear?
It's very clear. Very clear.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's go to how can you protect your workbook and your worksheets. Don't close this. Let's use this
I want
file.
to ask something.
Okay, oh, I'm listening. Oh.
You said that we can move the split screen. After you split it, you can move it to different direction.
Of course, you can. Let me show you. I highlighted now, split. I can choose to move it up like this. So my splitting starts from here. I can choose to move it down like this. So my splitting starts from here. Is that what you're asking, Shamaka?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Aha, thank you. Okay. What again do I want to teach you guys? I said I want to teach you how you can protect your workbook and your worksheet. Olufemi Extra, are you sleeping? Ah, my guy is sleeping. Oh, my God. My God. Okay. Omolola Ayanshino.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you. I'm
for
enjoying the class.
Oh,
I'm really enjoying the class. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma. Now, I want to ask you a simple question, ma. From my previous explanation, are you there, Omolola? Hello, Omolola, are you there?
Yes.
Thank you. Please don't mute yourself for now. Can you explain to me difference between a workbook and a worksheet? Before we move to the how you can protect it.
How I can protect it, or the difference between
you that one. I said before we move to how you can protect it. What's the difference between a workbook and a worksheet? I'm here.
Okay, a worksheet comprises of different sheets. You can open different sheets, but a workbook encompasses sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, encompasses all the
Can you come
sheets.
again? Can you come again?
Okay. A workbook.
Yeah.
A workbook encompasses all the sheets.
Okay.
The sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 to infinity.
Okay.
But
Okay.
a worksheet is only a single sheet book that you open. I don't know. Hope I understood it, but I don't know how to explain it.
To explain it, or
did I get it a bit? But
okay,
a workbook. Hope everybody understood what I said.
Let me try somebody else. Miriam.
Okay.
Maryam. Miriam. That get that name right?
Mariam.
Mariam. Oh, I love that name. Mariam. Okay. Mariam, can you explain very well?
Not really, Joe. A workbook and a worksheet, right?
You even had Joe to your answer. Now, wow. I'm hearing you.
Okay. A workbook comprises so many worksheets.
Okay.
I don't know if that explains anything. Then a worksheet is like what's it called? It's like just like a spreadsheet.
A work what?
You said a workbook and a worksheet, right?
You now said something. You said a work something.
Yeah, I said a workbook.
Okay.
Can contain a lot of worksheets.
Okay.
So like a workbook is like a folder where you keep lots of worksheets. Why the worksheet is like, it's just like how will I put it? Just like item, like an item in the folder. So you can have several items in a folder.
I love that. I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, let me pick somebody else. I'm picking randomly. We are all doing well, though. You're all doing well.
Can I add to it, please?
Emmanuel Moren. No, did I get that name?
Yes, you did.
Thank you. Thank God. I thought maybe you abused me.
No.
We're here together. Okay, Emmanuel, what is the maximum number of sheets you can have in a workbook?
Is there a maximum number? I don't think there's a maximum.
I said, what's the maximum number of worksheets you can have in a workbook? That's the question.
I don't think there's a maximum number. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Emmanuel.
I can hear you now. I wasn't hearing you. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello, guys. Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you, boss. So I was talking to Emmanuel now. Emmanuel, where are you, Joe?
I'm here.
I asked you a question before the network started rubbish. I said, what's the maximum number of, and you said you think it is something, infinity or something. I said,
Hello, can you hear me?
is that what I said, or you just talked about the answer, or just feel that there's infinity?
Yes.
I can't hear your voice, so Emmanuel.
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I said I didn't think there was a limit. But I just hello, can you hear me? Yeah, I don't think there's a limit. Infinity. I don't think there's a limit.
Okay. Why is it that there's no limit? Like, why is it that there's no limit? Can you give me the reason why?
I feel like it's subject to the computer memory of the, it's subjected to your computer memory.
That's what I need. That's what I want to hear. Emmanuel, no harm. I just want everybody to be active in the class. That's why I'm calling out names.
Thank you
so
very
I can
much.
call anybody. Sure you get. Thank you.
Thank
right.
You too.
So yeah, I said it's a subject of your system's memory, like the storages and stuff, that determines how many worksheets you can have in a workbook, right? Okay. So now let's now see how you can protect your worksheets. Now, the good thing is that I can set a password to my workbook or my worksheet rather, such that even if I send you the file and you download it on your own system and you open it, it will still ask for that password. So it's not a subject of what's it called? It's not a subject of whether it's on I did it on my laptop or not. You get what is embedded in the file is embedded in the file. Now let's try at it. Let's try how we can protect worksheets and how you can protect the entire workbook. So I only asked that question so that I want to know that okay, actually we all got what I explained then. So how do we do that? We go to Communal. This thing just stop up in now. Communal. You go to review. You go to review, right? You go to review. Are we all there? Review.
Yes.
Good. You see protect sheets. Protect sheets. Click on protect sheets. Let's see how it works. Let's see how this works. Right?
It's asking for password.
No, it's not asking for password. It's asking you to input the password that you want to use, in case you want to change your settings. So that means on that sheet, if you don't enter that password, they can't do some changes on it. If you've not put those things in place for them to change, the other person cannot change it. Don't worry now, we'll see how it works now. This is it now. I want to set the password. Let me use 1220, right? Now protect worksheets and content of locked cells. You can choose to check or uncheck this. I don't even know the effect though, but let's check it first. Now, I want to protect my sheet such that you cannot insert a new row or insert a new column or delete a column. Abi, now highlight this trio, just this trio. Insert, you can't insert a new column, you can't delete a column, you can't insert a new row. Put the password that you've chosen and press OK. Re-enter your password again. Just for confirmation and press OK. Now let's see how it works. Now I want to input a new column. It's not even allowing me to highlight. See, I'm trying to highlight now. It's not even allowing me to highlight. So you get the logic now. It's not even allowing me to even highlight the column. Why? Because I have protected my sheet such that you cannot. So if I save this file now, Control S, and send it to you, unless I give you the password, you cannot uncheck these settings that I've done to my sheet. So I cannot even edit this. See, what is telling me? It's telling me the chart, the cell or chart you are trying to change is on a protected sheet. To make a change, unprotect the sheet, right? You might be requested to enter a password. So now seeing how this works, right? You've protected your sheet. I can't highlight to, that's good, Miriam. You can't highlight because that's the setting. Okay, now that Rocky, the class will end soon, Seth. But the class will end normally by 6:30. I'm the one that is taking time. So let's just say the class will end in 5 minutes. If we stop, we are going to continue from there next week. So you are covered, right? We are all brothers and sisters, whether you're Muslim or Christian. Is that clear, Rocky? Okay, thank you. So, as I was saying, we had a protection on this, such a way that you can, if you want to change your settings, you can go to unprotect sheet, unprotect. Now input that password that was there. You put the password and press OK. Now you can now highlight now, Abby, and insert a new column. What happened? It allowed you to insert. Abby, is that clear? Ha. You can now type in something inside your cell. It allowed you because you've now unprotected. Right? Now,
yes,
protecting workbook now is a different scenario. You can do it here also. Set a password, but I don't want us to use this method. I don't want us to use this method. Let's use another method. Oh, why did I close this? I'm coming in. This is another method. Now, this is how you go about it. Now, you do as if you want to save your file. You go to File. Follow me clearly, please. So, you go to File. Some people are having issues registering on the form. Please take note of that, coordinator. IBK is saying he cannot access the form for. I don't know what IBK is saying though. Please take note of what he's saying. Thank you. So you go to your file. I like this type of protecting workbook. You go to file, right? You go to save as. You save it as another file. Save as. Click on save as. See the document you want to use. I'm saving the documents as my sample 101. I click on sample. I type sample 101. Right now, don't click on save yet like this. No. We want to protect this workbook. That's what we are doing now. Just listen carefully to this part too. Right? Sample 101 is the name of the file. We are naming it as 101. We are doing it somewhere. So you now go to tools here. Tools. You go to tools. Don't click on save here too. Go to tools. Are we all there? Are we on tools?
yes.
Tools. Let me see if we are there. We are there. Good. Active Candy, well done. Click on tools and click on general options. Click on tools, right? And click on general options. Now, you see a checkbox that says always create a backup. That means in case you can't remember the password, it should be a backup file of the same file, or a backup one that does not have password, right? Always create backup. So password to open. You can create your password. I can't see my own password. Yeah. Now to modify, that means to make changes on your work, on your worksheet inside the workbook. Press the, if you want to use the same, but preferably use the same password so that you won't forget. So there's a password to open a file, there's a password to modify, right? There's a password to open, there's a password to modify. So you when you do this, now this option here that says it only recommend means is this for, that's if the file is only in read only mode. That means you can only read the file, you cannot input anything or do anything. But we are not doing that for now. This is not a read only file. So you click on OK. Now you enter your password again for protection. Okay. And for modification too, you enter it again and press OK. Then you now save. Right. Now let me close this. I saved my own in documents though. Let me close this now and let me reopen it again. It's under my documents. I will go to documents, right? Sample 101. Let's see if it works. So I click on this one. Now, before you see any of the sheets, you need to input your password first. Is it clear? Please.
Yes, it is.
You need to input your password first.
Yes, it's clear.
Victor Akimbam, is it clear? Pelumi, is it clear? Is it clear, everybody? Candy?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Thank you.
It's clear.
Thank you. Thank you. So now input your password now, and you will see what happens. Right? It's reserved by this. Enter password to write access to open read only. Right? I've done that. So I'm not putting down read only. You see, I want to see. So now I can see my sheet. So if I did not enter the password, the sheet, the worksheet inside it will not open. So that is that about that. So let's stop here for today. Then we only have a few topics to go for week 2. And we've not done adding comments. We've not done trim and concatenate and the simple sum and average functions. So we are going to start with that. We'll add that to the next week's topic. So I'm hoping I'll see you guys next week Sunday, same time, same venue. I'll tell the class to share some chicken and Coke. Everybody so that we can get that. So,
Mr. Gbenga, please, can you help us drop the link to the video?
Don't worry, you get the link. You get the link.
Mr. Gbenga.
Sir.
Good evening.
Well done, sir.
How is it going?